right.
All right, so the real topic, I just want to throw it in for 2 minutes just to have some fun. Mahomes, as you guys mentioned a second ago, has not been the best quarterback in football this year. If you're starting a franchise, I think most people would still take him number one, but I'm not as confident it's 100% certainty. So multi-part topic here, but what do the Browns have to do to stop this Chiefs offense? And two, if you were starting a franchise, is Mahomes still the guy you take first overall? And is it as easy a decision as it would have been this time last year? Jason, you want to start?
It is for me.
I
would still take him.
I'd take him, hands down.
Yeah.
We talk about
now, at some point, he's going to get old enough where you're like, maybe I'll take this guy.
Sure.
I was thinking, are there guys that are – because the only guys anywhere close to him are about the same age as him.
Yeah.
So you're like, I'm trying to think of the really young quarterbacks in the league, like Jaden Daniels. Am I going to take Jaden Daniels over Patrick Mahomes?
Not.
Of course not. So
last year
I'd still take him number one.
Last year we all fell into the trap of, is Kansas City still good? Can they do it again?
I did not fall in that trap.
It was a conversation that was had.
And by the way,
multiple.
By the way, yet another thing I got right, Mike. By the way, was before the year I was still saying the Bills were one of the elite teams in the East. In the AFC, because Josh Allen is great, and everybody else on this panel was poo-pooing that.
Wait a minute.
All right, maybe not you.
Roll the tape.
G. Bush and Jay were killing the Bills. Said they weren't any good because of no receivers.
I mean,
a lot of people picked the Jets to win the East.
Do you know what take? G, real quick, as you say that, do you know what take may have aged the worst out of any take we've ever had in the show?
Yeah.
After the Jaguars game, when Jay said he'd take Deshaun over Tua and Jalen Hurts.
I remember. I was not on that day.
Yeah, that was. Right. That was one of my greatest mind-bending tactics ever. That was a great argument by me. He was like,
no, you know not what? You. That was Jay said it.
No, I amped him up. I hyped him up.
You got him going.
Yeah, he was his hype man for that take.
Mm-hmm. I amped him up.
He was
shame on you.
Obviously, you would still take Mahomes number one overall, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, no what we know now, of course. Because people look, I don't.
No. I mean, if we were drafted today.
If we were drafted today, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Mahomes, yes.
And G, would you still take him number one?
You're not about to fool me. Look, that Patrick Mahomes, we thought he was out of here. And don't everybody, y'all all of a sudden, Jason, people want to act like, hey, man, we wasn't doubting Mahomes. Yes, we were. We thought he was out of here. Cass was sneakily saying that he was washed. And then these playoff games happened. And he went on the road.
I don't know if anyone said Mahomes was washed, but there was a lot of questions about if Kansas City could do it again last year.
It wasn't. The questions weren't about Mahomes.
It wasn't about Mahomes. The wide receiver was dropping.
They was throwing rocks at the throne. If you with Mahomes, that means you are Mahomes, bro. Like when Mahomes got the football, they ain't like, the receiver. They're like, no, you got to stop Patrick Mahomes. They went on the road and got the Bills up out of here. And got the Ravens up out of here.
Yeah. Last year was the year to get them.
You could have. And they came through, and and here's the thing. He neutralizes other people's powers. He don't play defense, but he actually kind of does. Because you look at it head-to-head, the only person that I've seen that really worked with him head-to-head in the playoffs and looked like they can rise to the occasion has been Burrow, and he did it once. But anybody else?
Well, no, he did it twice. Mahomes beat him the second time.
Josh Allen's gone head-to-head with him.
And Josh Allen and Mahomes had one of the greatest games ever.
Yeah, but they lost.
Not because of him.
But I'm just saying, when you score in 13 seconds, everybody loses.
I hear you.
Like, that's just, what I'm saying is.
But you can't blame Josh Allen for that.
What I'm saying is, it's like when LeBron was just doing the Raptors or the Hawks dirty.
Yeah,
it didn't matter what they was doing.
You can't really bet against Mahomes until he's beat.
One of the things that was shocking when we were in Baltimore for the AFC Championship game is that for somehow, some way, the aura of Mahomes takes over on the opposing team because Baltimore legitimately after the first drive went away from their running game. After the first drive in the first quarter, they went away from the running game because I think Gus Edwards was their starting running back.
Yeah.
Had it for 25 yards. He never touched the ball after the opening drive.
That was crazy.
And it seems like the quarterback, either the quarterback or the OC, they always want to go tit for tat and throwing against Mahomes. It's like, stick to your game plan. Like, because I talked to Spags on the field after the championship, and he told me he was surprised that they went away from their running game. And teams get out of their game plan when they play against the Chiefs because they always want their quarterback, or they want either they're smarter than Andy Reid. Just stick to your game plan, and it might work for you.
It's like going head to head with Tiger on Sunday. Yeah. It's a mental thing.
Yeah.
And LeBron in his prime, or Michael in his prime. It screws with guys.
I feel like you have to do more than you need. You just do, yeah.
And like you said, last year was the time to get them but also the Chiefs do rise, man. I don't know if it's a switch or what, but sometimes when the playoffs start, it just
it's different. It's different when you're standing in front of them. Like you can look at these other games and you can say, oh well, the Chiefs did this against it, but it's different when you stand in front of a person. You're like, oh, I can see why this is like that. You know, Lamar Jackson, they lean on the run game in Baltimore heavy. Soon as they start paying Patrick Mahomes, it's like, all right, well, let's get drop back and shotgun and let Lamar Jackson. That's not what it is.
I mean, think about it. Week 1, they got away from Derrick Henry. I mean, and it came down to Lamar Jackson just passing the football, and it's like, that's not who you are.
No.
Darren, real quick, and you could give us the insight on this, but from a Browns perspective, to slow down Mahomes and this Chiefs offense on Sunday, what's the game plan that's worked best in limiting the Chiefs' offensive explosive plays and scoring opportunities?
Well, he's been sacked this year more than any year, right?
I think he's up to like 30-something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the left tackle position, man. Whoever, I mean, seriously, Patrick he's admitted to holding on to the football too long sometimes because, of the line play. Whoever's lined up at left tackle, you just got to overload on that side, man, and just get after him. Because Patrick will either hold on to the ball, try to make something happen, or depending on who's protecting him, he might get hit. And also, Jawan Taylor on the right side, has a problem from time to time jumping or lining up outside where he gets flagged for 5 or 10-yard penalties right off the bat, either offside the false start or something, and that puts the team in a second and third and long situation. So you have many opportunities to get the Chiefs off the field if you can put pressure on them.
And he's been sacked 35 times, Mike told me. So, he's 5th most in the league, which is unusual.
Sixth most.
6th most. But another thing, and, this is my opinion as an outsider, Travis Kelce isn't the same player anymore, right? Like, not that he's not good.
I'm not telling him that. No, I'm not.
That's just, he's having statistically his worst season. He only has 2 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, but
he's still good, but he's not the best in football anymore.
But that's the flip side to the play of the offense. Again, Patrick being sacked 35 times, he can't get the ball out to Kelce. Because he's been under duress. If you're, it's like any quarterback. James, you put enough pressure on him, it's the decision making for the Chiefs. Are you going to dump the ball off to Hunt or Pacheco, or are you going to try to get the ball outside? So he didn't have the time, as we've seen with the sacks, to get the ball to it because Kelce has been open. And look, and there have been some plays in the last few weeks where Kelce's been open. Patrick throws it to him and he's dropped the ball. So
that's very unusual.
So it's there's a number of factors, but for me to just think that he's kind of fell off, I can't go that far.
I'm curious, by the way, it's unrelated. Well, related, but this Noah Gray guy has had some big games in the last few weeks. Is he like a legitimate? If Kelce retires next year or two, is he a legitimate?
Yes.
Quality starting tight end?
Yes. 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 And the Chiefs extended him this past off season, so he's
the heir apparent there.
Yes.
It feels like for the Browns to win this game, they have to take chances defensively.
They've got to be extra aggressive, right?
Like,
if you
cover zero,
give Patrick, if Mahomes has time, he's going to beat you.
You got nothing to lose. You're 3-10, you're eliminated. So go for it. Look, if it's 4th and 3, go for it.
Absolutely.
Oh, he'll do that.
Yeah. That's not
absolutely. It's just about what they go.
They don't have a kicker either.
I just mean defensively, you have to be aggressive.
They should be sending all kinds of blitzes and.
Well, can I ask something real quick, Jason? And you may be the best person to answer this. Schwartz has really never changed up his defensive philosophy in terms of a coordinator. Like, he wants to play the wide 9-man coverage press.
Yeah.
Considering they're eliminated now, any chance we see some experimentation from Schwartz over the last 4 games?
I doubt it.
Just mixing it up.
I would do that now.
Yeah, I think he is what he is.
Yeah.
He calls what he calls. They are what they are. I do think they get after it with some of the blitzes, and I think they're going to have to really dial that up Sunday. If you're trying to win this game, take chances, play cover zero, leave guys one-on-one. If you get beat, you get beat. But try and force turnovers. Try and speed up Mahomes.
That's the only hope.
And create turnovers. They'll give it away.
We've
already proven that.
If you just sit back against Mahomes,
he's going to tear you up.
You got no chance.
He's going to tear you up.
Oh, yeah. No chance. You can't win that way.
But then on the flip side, we can't come in here Monday and kill him either if they get beat. You know what I mean? If you're in man coverage and you get beat, well, then
Yeah.
Hey,
Tip you had, yeah.
yeah, they made a play, but you had to try
You got to
something.
take chances.
We talked about this a little bit yesterday. Jimmy Haslam basically came out and said that he feels like everybody's okay. But we also said if they look bad, that could be all out the window.
Right.
If they do win this game, is this a game that if they win, basically it's a lottery ticket and everybody gets to come back?
If they win this game.
If they win this game.
That probably locks it up.
I think it
But
locks.
you never know with Jimmy.
I don't think it does.
Really?
No.
You never know with Jimmy.
I think everybody. I think
They're probably going to come back
I think
anyway.
they're probably going to come
Right.
back, but I don't know that this game. I mean, they still got 3 more after it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it just feels like this is a very emotional ownership group.